Crazy, Chris. I love that. Do you know what, Chris? I am so buzzed about this launch. I think there is going to be an announcement here. I do think we're going to hear something from Rocket Lab. We do have over the next week. We have that on the 27th, 28th. Ooh, the ribbon cotton's going to be good too. I honestly think it's going to be a big week for Rocket Lab. Are we going to recover? Are we going to get back to all-time highs? That is the question. I don't think anyone this week is looking to sell. But, Chris, let's get back to it. How are you getting on? It's been a while, just me and you.
It has. I've missed this, just you and I. And just a quick forewarning, guys. If you guys hear like shotguns in the background or fireworks, all my redneck neighbors are celebrating. They don't realize it, but they're celebrating with us today. I don't know why they're shooting off, but if you hear that, no one's getting killed. I live in the country. I'm surrounded by country folk. That's how we do things out here. I have a neighbor right on the corner on the river. He's got a cannon, an actual cannon. And from time to time, he shoots it off for whatever reason. So, yeah, if you guys hear that in the background, no worries. No one's getting shot. No one's getting killed. They're celebrating something over there. I don't know what it is. I might have to sneak out later after we're done with the live stream on kayak and join my neighbors across the river. Like that one. Did you hear that? But no, it's been a great. Hey, he won't stop. It's been a great day. Looking forward to this launch. This is number 70, I do believe.
Yeah.
Big milestone. I know if you're a SpaceX fan, 70 probably doesn't seem that large, but we are talking about Rocket Lab, mini SpaceX, one of the smallest rockets, most successful rockets of all time. And this is leading us up to Neutron. So we should all be very, very excited. Happy to be here. Thanks again, Liam, for having me on. Love you, bro. Let's do it, man. Let's have some fun tonight.
Yeah, I did put up a post on X there earlier. I was getting a little bit frustrated with just Rocket Lab community in general, not Rocket Lab as a company themselves. I found over the past while we're getting a lot of talk about trying to time the market, and look, it was coming down and we had calls for low 30s and so, and look, they were right to call for them sort of numbers with the technicals coming out. But then you had people trying to time their investments. You had people selling at all-time highs and then believing they could get back in. I actually seen a quote today that, look, if you can't make it today, well then tell yourself you ain't gonna ever make it in life at all. And I know that sounds like a harsh fact, but it's true. Like,
so true.
You just need to cut the bollocks. You need to either own the stock or don't own the stock. Don't be tiptoeing around trying to jump in at a low. Look, when it goes to a certain level, when it goes to the likes of 32 or so, look, I'd be the first person to say dive in head first into it. But at the same time, if you want to own a company, if you want to build your position, today's price is the perfect price. All-time high is the perfect price because, look, we are calling for $80 to $100 by the end of the year. We're going to put our neck on the line now. I do believe in Chimp Capital's technicals, and then our fundamentals do match up with that. We did say it all the way back when Rocket Lab was at all-time highs at $40. We were doing price predictions for the end of the year. Now, we did have some mad ones coming through. We even had a mad one yesterday at 256 by March. I don't know where the 256 came from, but I wouldn't be disappointed, put it that way, if it got that way. Conservative millennial.
I would not be disappointed either. And before we get into the chats, I just wanted to ask you personally in the chats also, do you guys know who Tom Nash is? Do you follow Tom Nash on X, or he does great YouTube videos? If you don't, check him out, follow him. He says something all the time, which I love. He said, it's not about timing the markets, it's about time in the markets. Yeah. And there's a guy out there named Ace. I can't remember what his actual X handle is, but Ace, if you're listening, thank you. This guy buys a couple of shares a day, 2 to 5 to 10. He doesn't
I
care about the
love his
price.
journey on X.
Dude, he's amazing, right? He's amazing. And he is killing it because he's doing it right. He's just buying daily. He's done his research. He's convicted about the stock for a good reason. And he's doing very well. And again, I'm teaching my kids and they're asking, what do I buy and when do I buy? What is the great question? When is probably the wrong question. All time highs, all time lows, looking at it daily. You got to look back, step back, quit looking at the trees for the whole forest. Look at the company as a whole. Odds are 5 years from now, we're going to be setting a lot higher, whether it's the 256 or 556 or 56. There's a lot coming up, a lot, 10 years. Trust me, I'm old. I'm 49. I just turned 49 in August. 10 years goes by faster than you realize, especially when it comes to investing. It's when did we start Neutron? When did they tell me this, guys? That's a good question. When did they first come out and announce, hey, we're going to build Neutron? Now, fast forward to today. We're still ahead of the game. It's still the fastest rocket to ever be built from design with the lowest budget. Always take a step back. It's easy to focus on the day to day and get upset. I'm down 20%, I'm up 15%, get too excited. You got to take the emotions out of it and look at the conviction.
Yeah, and then I was going to go on a rampage on X earlier because I said to Chris, look, guys, you all know me. I am a full-time farmer. So today I was hanging doors by myself on sheds. And I said to Chris, it's actually the most frustrating thing on your own. You can never hang a door on your own. I commend people that can. And I was just getting so frustrated with myself. But I'm telling you guys, I am like sadly obsessed with Rocket Lab and eVTOL industry, and it's constantly going through my head. And that's when I put up that post on X earlier. But I was going to go on a rampage, and then I was going to say about Neutron as well. And we have people worrying about when Neutron's going to launch. It's going to launch end of the year. Look, put it this way: even if there was no Neutron at all, Rocket Lab as a business, with the likes of that Geos acquisition, with Mynaric, we've talked about space-based data centers. We've talked about space-based solar. H3 was a good, or HE3, so helium-free from the moon. That was probably one of my favorite streams in a while. We're going to bring Scott O on to speak about helium-free. But yes, Neutron unlocks the keys to that medium lift launch. But even if Neutron wasn't around, Rocket Lab still as a business is going to excel exponentially. So
Exactly.
Don't worry about when this launch is happening. It's going to happen. We know it's going to happen.
Look at the ASTS community. Look at the ASTS, the Space Mom. Everybody said, well, how? Yeah, you got great satellites, but who's going to launch you? And they were like, screw you. You're missing the boat. You're missing everything. And one thing I've got to commend, big shout out to the Space Mob out there. If you're in the ASTS, I respect you guys so much more today. You guys had a guy in your community that had some bad news and some harsh life reality happened to him, and you guys all stepped up big time, and you're helping him and his family out because it's not just about the stock. Yes, you love the community, you love the stock, but you're taking these people in as family under your wing. That, I believe, is the one thing missing in the Rocket Lab community, because I love you guys. I do. I really do. But I think we all miss a lot when it comes to why we're investing. If it's just about the numbers, you're in the wrong space. If you haven't followed us before, you guys know me. It's not about the numbers. It's about my future for me, my friends, my family, everyone in the community. I want to see everyone succeed. If I can help out anybody, you need my shirt, I'm taking it off. Unfortunately, we don't see that from the Rocket Lab community. I'm sorry, but that's the fact. That's the truth. So yeah, shout out to the ASDS Space Mob. I love you guys. As a matter of fact, just because of that kind of friendship, that partnership, it makes me want to invest. It really does. Because life isn't just about money, guys. It really isn't. It's about the relationships. It's about the goals. It's about life and the things that you're trying to achieve, whether it's financially or it's just a personal goal. It has to be about more than just that. Money should be a consequence of executing good things in life. I learned that in business. If you're into business to be a millionaire, you're going to fail. You will fail. Money should be a consequence of doing good business. It's the same thing with investing. It's the same thing in your every single day life.
But even with this content creation, like, look, we do it every single day, but it's the friendships we build in this RKLB space, the friendships I build in the VTOL space. They help educate me daily. You guys in the chat help me more than you can even realize. The comments we get on a daily basis makes me rethink my thesis on a daily basis. We do come with some crazy things, but you've seen us long enough now that you have came to realize that yes, we can be crazy. Yes, we can dive down some rabbit holes, but we can be right. So, guys, thank you so much. Jumping across to the chats because they are building up. Conservative Millennial says, "What's going on, guys? I hope everyone is well. Crazy week, but I'm a buyer. Great to see you, my guy. I'm expecting an even crazier week next week. Hopefully not that roller coaster journey we had from the start of the week all the way to the end of the week. But you know what? It's nice to sit back, have a bit of a chill. Look, have a beer, a sparkling water, whatever you're into. Sit back, relax. We're expecting a successful launch. I'm expecting a bit of an announcement. We always get something new at these launches. That 67 million trade after hours on Thursday, it could have been to do with Powell, but I think they know something. I think something's going to be announced. Love Tom. That's how I found Palantir through him. That's one thing I said, Chris. Palantir's one of those that, like, I just don't fully understand the business. I think the business is great. I think I commend you guys. And yes, I probably am a bit bitter. I didn't get in early on. I remember it was on mine and Reese's radar, but we were like, I just didn't understand the business. I didn't understand the concepts. Look,
I have an easy one for you.
Go on.
I have an easy answer. Follow the hair. Carp has the craziest hair. Peter Beck has got some crazy hair. Follow the hair, and we should just have a ETF called Hair, HAIR, and we put like Carp and Beck and some of those crazy guys with the crazy hair.
Jeff Bezos or no one.
Yeah, exactly. I think. Well, that's hilarious. Yeah. I admit I don't understand everything about Palantir, but just like some of you guys, you get on, you follow us. I listen to Tom Nash because I trust him. He does not try and sell me anything. He doesn't ask for money. He just gives his best daily advice, and sometimes the guy's wrong. Usually he's right because he's not, again, trying to sell anything, and he's a great follow. Again, if you guys aren't following him, great insight. It's a dream. I'd love to have the guys on. Probably will never happen. But you sometimes you just gotta trust in other people, and you gotta trust in what they say, and you might not understand everything exactly about it, but it doesn't mean they're wrong. So give them a chance. Give them some time. Watch a few videos. If you don't like it, that's understandable, but I think it's only fair you give the guy a chance. And yeah, shout out to Tom Nash. Love you, brother. Wish you the best. I hope you and Grandpa are out there having some fun tonight, drinking some vodka, as you crazy Russians always do. We're celebrating too. Got a big launch coming up. So if you ever want to join in and celebrate during launch, I promise you won't bombard you with a bunch of crazy questions and numbers and stuff. We'll sit back and have a few drinks and just watch a sweet, sweet rocket launch.
Then Jackie's has come in and said, start stacking ASTS DCA using laws from the 5-day. I actually might start adding some ASTS. I know some of the Rocket Lab community are going to be like, why not just pull it into Rocket Lab? I don't know. I get greedy. I think I want a slice of every pie. ASTS.
Well, this. To be fair, this is Rocket Lab Fan Club, but from day one, we've been about space all across the board. We've had space investors on breaking down Redwire. We've had Ampan Man himself. We got to get him back on. Broke down ASCS. We covered the tips of it and everything. But as much as we love Rocket Lab, we are big space enthusiasts. And if I see a potential in the market for another space company, I'm going to want to invest. I do love Rocket Lab. This is going to always be my number one. Beck is the guy that I trust moving forward. But I'm not one of those people that's going to go, I'm going to pick one or the other and, choose sides. I think that's ignorant. That's an ignorant outlook, an ignorant take on that. I like a lot of what ASTS is doing. It's not that I don't understand them. I'm just kind of broke right now. I can't afford to, I can't branch out but so far. But yeah, to everyone else out there in the space mob, I appreciate everything you do. You guys are awesome. And thank you for everything you provide, not just to your own community, but to the space community as a whole. You guys are amazing.
Guys, do jump in, smash the like button. Every one like, guys, shares us out to 10 more people. That way, we can help grow this Rocket Lab community together. Without you, we are nothing. I say it at the start. Community is everything. Chris, we're 12 minutes away from the stream. Do you think we're going to get an announcement there?
I'm hoping that we see some Frank. We all love Frank. He's kind of new to Rocket Lab. I don't know if he realizes it, but he's building a fan club, a fan base. I would love to get that guy on live, pick his brain. That would be a lot of fun. We don't ask the normal questions that you would normally get from a normal investors kind of channel. I think he'd ask Scott O, ask Maddie. These guys, they come on, they're laid back. We have a beer or two, celebrate with a cigar, and we don't talk the numbers. We talk about the fun side of it. I'd like to know what gets that guy ticking. What gets him out of the bed in the morning, what gets him excited about his job and what he's looking forward to without, giving away all the insight and all the stuff he can't say. But, if I was in his position, man, I'd have a blast. It'd be a lot of fun to be where he's at. So I'd love to pick his brain, or anyone, working for Rocket Lab. I don't care if you're the janitor at Wallops. Why are you out there? You're probably doing it because you love it. Matter of fact, if Peter Beck, if you're listening, I'll come out there and sweep floors. I'll clean toilets. I'd love to be a part of the community as far as, being a part of Rocket Lab itself, because I believe in the future of the company. I believe in the culture is amazing. I think that's overlooked. I think that's one reason why they're so successful. Peter Beck has developed a culture that, regardless if you're in New Zealand, you're in Colorado, California, or even out here on the East Coast with us in Virginia, that culture spreads, and it's like a positive thing. It's like a virus, but in a positive way. And I think that's a big part of what makes them successful. And it's highly overlooked because you get a lot of companies that you have the wrong CEO, Redwire, and the culture kind of is what can either make or break you.
Bring them on. Imagine he comes on, my guy. He'd be calling you out left, right, and center.
You know what? That's fine because, I own a business, I run a business, and maybe we're taking everything wrong. I mean, it's very easy to, especially as an investor, it's very easy to overanalyze and give someone the cold end of the stick, give them a cold shoulder, and we don't know what goes on the day to day. And he's more than welcome to come on here. I've been reaching out to Firefly recently. No promises, but I'm trying very hard to get a rep from Firefly on here, because there's a lot of negativity going towards them. As some of you might know, I actually like the company. I like what they're trying to do. It's not easy, man. Any business, I don't care if you're selling candy in a vending machine, business is hard, especially if you're public and people are judging you through a microscope. Space is incredibly hard. And it's easy for us to sit back and go, yeah, your rockets aren't doing this, and you're missing on this, and you miss on that. That's easy to do. We can do that all day long. But try and sit in that driver's seat. That's a difficult truck to navigate down very thin lines. And I would love to have them on and give a broader perspective of what I think a lot of us are missing. Was a lot of these space companies, we're still very early. Rocket Lab's out there. A lot of people are jumping in, getting excited about space, but we're probably still early in a lot of aspects, especially with today's price target. Um, yeah, we're hitting all time highs recently, but 5 years from now, this price target's going to probably seem pretty low. So give them a little bit of space, and give yourself a little bit of space, and don't be too hard on yourself, and don't be too hard on them. We have no idea what the possibility, the potential is moving forward.
Yeah, and then speaking about helium-free, the last day actually got me quite excited. Myself and Chris actually have had some positive communications between ourselves and Astroforge. Guys, if you want us to interview Astroforge, do let us know. Do jump into comments. But I want to get back to you guys. GY Kiwi says, hi, I average step in, say 40, the price drops, buy on or near the bottom, average the loss. You only make money with patience and building holdings, and that's some wise words, my guy. What time is it out there, GY Kiwi?
It's tomorrow. That guy lives in the future. He should know stock prices before you do, dude. Hey, tell me tomorrow's stock price, man, so I know, because you live in the future. But no, what time is it out there, Sean? How you getting on out there, buddy?
Scott Invest says, hey guys, glad to see you. Big shout out, Scott. Where are you from, my guy? Vasti and C, late to the party, catching up on 1.5. I was late to Rocket Lab in the low 30s, but I'm looking to double my position in the next month, no matter the price. Kind of hoping it keeps getting beaten down. My cost average on Palantir is 93, so I was late to that too. I'd rather be late to a good party than miss it entirely. Myself and Reese actually had a really positive conversation about averaging in the last day. We were speaking about Joby Aviation, and we're like, look, as long as you get in between, if say the bottom's here and the top's here, as long as you get some slice of that pie, you're not gonna really care. Scott Invest, Dallas, Texas. My guy, do you know what? That must be mad hot over there, isn't it? Texas.
I'm gonna be in Dallas. I'll be in Dallas in October. Scott Invest. I have a client that's flying me out for a pond install in October, maybe like close to Halloween. But if you're out there and you want to get together, man, have a beer, talk some stocks, I will be in Dallas sometime in October. Not sure when. I'll be a little busy. I'm building a pond, but yeah, it'd be fun, man. We can meet up, have a few laughs, talk some stock. Yeah, let's do it. Let's have some fun, man. This is what this is all about, man. It's a community. We're trying to build a community, like a family relationship. As you guys see, we're not stuck on the numbers, and it can get boring. You can find that stuff out on X. Google it. Ask Grok. We don't do that here. We look at a different side of investing, and we make it more personal. And we'd love to meet all you guys. If you guys listening don't already know, I'm right here next to Wallops. I live in Virginia. As you can see, I'm right on the river, right on the water. I have extra space. You're more than welcome to come out here, vacation, and just have a blast. And yeah, you guys are all welcome anytime. Just hit me up in the chats, and we'll make it happen.
You've actually hit the nail on the head there. Like, guys, you'll notice that's one thing about us. We don't talk incredibly much about the numbers on our live streams. We use short form content for that. do jump into the comments. Let us know. Do you want more short form videos that are more concise? We're not speaking to the comments. We're just hitting hard with the facts. But Chris said it there. They likes the numbers and that. Look, we're here for the everyday retail investor. Myself and Chris, average working day people. I'm telling you, I don't know about Chris, but I have not come from multi-generational wealth. So I'm gonna.
No, man. We came over. My family actually came over tracing back. We came over during the potato famine. I'm Scotch Irish. My family came over. We were indentured servants. We've been poor for generation after generation. So we learned very early on that money is not life. We don't live for money. We live for experience. And if you're a new investor, you don't care about PE ratios and price targets. You want to know the why. Why would I invest in this company? What gets me excited about this company? Because I'm investing money that I really can't really afford to invest. So if you bombard them with charts and numbers and everything, it's going to scare them away. It's going to make them like, I don't want to invest. And we want everyone to learn. I'm teaching my daughters. And do you think I'm telling my daughters, hey, look at these price charts. Hey, go look at the PE ratio. Look at how much they're losing and how much they're going to make in the next 5 years. They don't want to hear that. They want to hear, hey, Dad, why do you like this company? And why are you investing my future in this company? Because that's what it is. It's their future. Take that perspective and take a step back and realize it's not just about the numbers. Because MSNBC and Yahoo or whatever, they're going to direct you towards those numbers and they're going to be wrong. And we would be wrong a lot of the times because those numbers flip and change on a daily. You get a price target from a bank and they say, we're going to 53. And you're like, well, we're sitting at 37. When are we going to 53? And you start buying in for all the wrong reasons because some analyst said we're going to 53. They don't know the company. They're just looking at charts. Charts aren't everything when it comes to stocks. That's one small variable. There's a lot more that goes into it. A lot more. People will tell you all the time, and I agree, don't make it personal. Don't get emotionally involved. But if you don't take some sort of emotional involvement in it, it is your money. You're going to lose out. You're going to sell too early, or you're not going to buy when you should. Do your own research. Find your own reason for conviction. Don't listen to me. Don't listen to Liam. Don't listen to the guys on Saturdays. Don't listen to anybody else. Do it for yourself because at the end of the day, that's who's paying the bills. That's who's cashing the checks. That's who's dealing with the highs and lows. You're doing what, personally, you're dealing with it yourself. It has to be a lot more than just the numbers.
I'm gonna call out some bullshit now about investing, and I know people aren't brave enough to say this, but I'm gonna put my neck on the line. I speak to a lot of people. You've seen I have collaborated with many, many, many channels. Guys, just because they say PEs, PSs, they don't understand it. I'm telling you, 80. Nah, I'm not gonna say 80, maybe 60, 70% of channels. They don't understand it. They say the words to sound smart. Look, I'm going to be dead honest. From an average, everyday working person with the likes of price earners, price sales, it's really nice to learn about it, do have an understanding. But I wouldn't be sitting down on a Saturday evening looking into the price to sales when you don't understand the fundamentals behind the company anyway. I much prefer knowing what catalysts are coming up. I'm telling you, stocks move a lot quicker on catalysts on a good story than just knowing what the price to sales is. That's just me. But look,
and a lot of
if you want to
times,
know, I could get you the numbers now. If I went on Grok or something, I could get you the numbers rapid. It's easy. Anyone can do that. Let's actually dive in. Let's look at the fundamentals behind the business. Let's dive into some rabbit holes. But do you know what? this stream is about to start. We're going down a massive rabbit hole about price to sales.
That's a great point for you guys in the comments. So outside of the numbers, when you're looking at a company, what is the top, one or two things that you look for when it comes to investing? Do you look for the crazy hair, like Carp and Beck have? Do you look at what they produce? Do you look at, like me? I'm big in the space. Like today, I'm psyched about the rocket launch. Normally with Rocket Lab, when we have a successful launch, guess what? The price actually goes down the next day. I don't know why, but it usually does. Doesn't make any sense because they had a successful launch. So if you're investing and thinking, oh, I'm going to make money because they're going to launch and have a successful launch, well, it doesn't work that way with Rocket Lab. It just doesn't happen that way. So yeah, as far as in the comments, you guys out there listening, thanks as always. You guys are amazing, and we're going to jump back in the comments. But when it comes to outside the numbers, what do you look for when it comes to investing in a company? I'm very curious.
Are you asking me that? You asking the comments that, or what?
Well, I'm always asking you, bro. But of course the comments. But love to hear your feedback too.
Yeah, when I look at a new business, I have to be excited about a company before I invest in it. Look, we can go down the Warren Buffett route and we can say the likes of Coca-Cola, and that, to me, that is boring. What I do look at is a problem a business is trying to solve. Once I find out a problem they're trying to solve, I look at the market behind it, look at their competition. Then we can map out how much money they're projected to make from this, and then I'd get into the financials. Trust me, I do not go for price to earnings, price to sales, all that bollocks before I get excited about a company. That's just me. But guys, do let us know. I'm on OS. Big shout out. We need to collaborate soon on eVTOLs, my guy. Hi, brothers. Glad to watch you again. Been vacation at the Bloodbath. Hope we have back in the green from now on. I'm expecting a big week from Rocket Lab. Vassian C. I come from a family with multi-generational wealth. It might be starting with me, and it might be a bit early. Do you know what? Let's join you.
I love that. I love that, dude. That is awesome positivity, bro. I love that, man. Vassian C. You're like my favorite of the week. You're my favorite of the week, man.
I enjoy it.
You know what? We need to start giving out a gift weekly for our quote unquote favorite of the week, and he'd be my first candidate. That guy is amazing. I think he has like 15 kids or something like that. Not really, no. But he has his hands full, and the fact that he takes his time. Oh, we're getting close, guys. Getting very close. Let's do it. So psyched.
Can you hear this? Chat, do let me know. Can you hear the music?
I can hear fine. I'm so pumped for this.
Electron is standing tall on Pad A at Launch Complex 1 on the eastern shore of New Zealand. Liftoff is expected in 17 minutes, bound for low Earth orbit. Hello and welcome to the live broadcast of Electron's next mission and our 70th launch. We are celebrating the milestone with a special name we've been saving for a special occasion, Live, Laugh, Launch, a mantra we can all relate to here at Rocket Lab. My name is Prachi Suknani.
And I'm Sam Peters, and we're joining you here from Rocket Lab Mission Control in New Zealand. We're targeting liftoff at 10:42 a.m. local time or 22:42 UTC. The team has been busy throughout the morning preparing for launch vehicle on the pad, with operations going well so far on Pad A at Launch Complex 1. Now, today's mission will be Electron's 12th this year, and the vehicle is looking nice and ready for launch, with LOX loading well underway. LOX loading begins around 2 hours before liftoff, before being continuously circulated to keep it at the right temperature for the mission.
That's right. Today, Live Laugh Launch is flying from Pad A at LC1, and at our customer's request, we'll be ending today's broadcast shortly after kickstage separation.
But for now, it was a little less than a decade ago in 2017 that Electron took to the skies with its very first ever mission called It's a Test. And now here we are about to fly our 70th mission to Live, Laugh, Launch. Electron is a powerhouse in the launch industry and the leader of small lift, completing missions in the name of
Imagine when we
scientific
get to
research,
100.
climate monitoring, global connectivity, and national security. We've launched for NASA, the NRO, a huge range of commercial customers, and have been pushing the boundaries of what a small orbital launch vehicle can do.
Let's take a look at Electron's rocket-like growth.
Imagine when we're doing almost daily, combined with Electron and Haste.
$200 hypersonics out of Wallop. I need to do a video on that.
As you just saw, we've had successful liftoff of Rocket Lab's Alana 19 mission. This one's for Pickering.
100 engines is a big number of engines, and I'm incredibly proud of the propulsion team and the whole company for that matter.
Hey, real quick in the chats, how many of you guys have been here from launch 1 till now? Just curious.
Who remembers the catching?
At T+1 minute, and Electron is in the air and onward to the moon for the capstone mission. That rocket is soaring through this nighttime sky.
Capstone, baby. Capstone. That is massive. Conservative. That's awesome, bro. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being here. Glad you could join us. Let's have some fun. Let's celebrate.
Welcome to the community, my guy.
'69, baby, '69. That's funny.
The Harvest Goddess is on her way to space for a 69th Electron launch.
It feels like we've squeezed a lifetime of growth in
love,
less than a
GYQE.
decade, and this year is no exception as Electron
Much love, Sean.
break its own records.
That's right. The summer has been a jam-packed one for Electron. We've had a month of 4 launches back-to-back
Jacob,
in
my
June,
guy.
with 2 of those within June.
Jacob! Love you, bro. Can't wait till you make it out here to Virginia.
It feels like every month we're celebrating a new milestone, and today is no exception as we prepare to cross Flight 70 off our list.
That's right. And at T-12 minutes to liftoff, it's time for us to check in with Mission Control and our launch operators who will be running the count today. Our launch director is Paula Tare-Seralonga, who will go down the line with each operator to make sure that each station is ready to proceed with the final minutes of the countdown. This is what we call the go, no-go sequence, and it's one of the key safety checks before we prepare to send Electron on its way. Let's listen in now to Mission Control to see how Electron is tracking for launch.
Let's do it. Let's do it. Can't wait. Jacob, the hammock is waiting for you, bro. Bring the dog. I got plenty of space for you. Can't wait till you make it out here. We're gonna do a live right on the river. Love you, bro. Safe travels.
Assurance LD and Mission Core proceeding with the go no go sequence. Stage.
Stages go.
Avionics.
Avionics is go.
GNC.
GNC is go.
Beacon.
Beacon is go.
T1.
T1 is go.
GC.
GC is go.
PLS.
PLS is go.
RSO.
RSO is go.
MET.
Met is go.
MM.
MM is go.
LDSAP.
LDSAP is go.
Copy all. We go no go sequence is now complete. We are T minus 11 minutes 23 seconds and counting.
We are go, baby. We are go. Jacob, I don't know where you're at, but if you decide you want to join in, jump on. If your Starlink and your dog is going to allow you, I miss you, bro. I can't wait to talk to you again.
All goes across the board from
How's
mission
traveling
control
going,
to
my
move
guy?
forward with today's launch. We are currently T-11 to liftoff, which is currently set at 10:42 a.m. local time. Now, if we need to shift or push that back for any reason, we have a 2-hour launch window today and can reset the clock if need be.
We are 6:31 here Eastern Time on the Eastern Seaboard of the United States. Let's do this.
I'm 11:30 here. I am hoping it doesn't go 2 hours before the
No,
launch.
but as always, guys, we do follow this thing all the way through, not just for the launch, but for the entire thing. We'll be here
No,
from
I'm
the
not
beginning.
expecting this one to be as long just because we're a confidential customer, even though we believe it's EchoStar and a few Cube satellites as well. Pulse Lucid says, this is my second also. I'm a new investor, 450 shares and add-in. Welcome to the community, my guy. Strap yourself in.
Welcome.
Mission Court.
LDGC.
GC proceed with sequence 57. Part terminal checks.
Copy sequence 57 and worker.
Yeah, Jacob says they're ending it early, they said. 100%. Pulse Lucid, this is the only company I'm invested in that is this exciting also. Ooh.
Hop on board, bro. Hop on, hang tight. We have a lot of fun here.
Well, we reached a few exciting milestones recently for our new medium lift rocket that the team have been working hard on getting ready for launch. The qualification campaign for Neutron's engine Archimedes has been full fire at our test site at the Stennis Space Center in Mississippi and showing off some beautiful blue plume from its liquid oxygen and methane mix.
Absolutely.
Oh, shit.
Archimedes is a highly reusable liquid propellant
Holy
engine
shit.
with an oxidizer-rich stage combustion cycle, making it capable of a total liftoff thrust of 1,485,000 pounds of thrust. For context, the Rutherford engines on Electron reach up to 43,000 pounds of thrust at liftoff, but Neutron is over twice as tall, about 5 times wider, and about 40 times heavier than Electron. So you can imagine Archimedes is going through a very rigorous qualification campaign to make it ready for and reliable for Neutron launches and, of course, landings back on Earth. Let's check it out.
Archimedes is an ox-rich stage combustion engine. There are 9 of them on stage 1. The stage 1 engine is capable of 165,000 pounds of thrust, and on stage 2, it's capable of 200,000 pounds of thrust.
You go from essentially standstill to 100% throttle in a second. And you've got valves opening and closing, gases purging, ignition sources opening and closing. The pump goes from 0 to just under 30,000 RPM.
That guy's a rock star.
1
He's
second.
a freaking bassist in the Rocket Lab freaking band. That's awesome. Let's go. I've been waiting for this, man. I've been waiting for this. This is awesome. This is massive. This is huge.
I need one of those in the winter, my guy.
Yeah, bro. Oh my God. Are you kidding me? Bro, if this is the news that they're going to announce prior to launch, that is massive for Neutron. Holy crap.
What an absolute beast of a machine that engine is. Around 90% of Archimedes is made up of 3D printed material manufactured at our Engine Development Center in Long Beach, including the housings for the turbo pumps and valves, and components for the engine's structure, pre-burner, and main chamber.
That's right, and the shop floor is also set up for the manufacturing and assembly teams to be able to
Smash
produce
the
an
like
engine
the
every
Archimedes
11
engine.
days or so, and averaging around 3 to 4 hot fires a day at Stennis. Some pretty incredible stuff from the Neutron team.
Damn, she said 3 to 4 a day. 3 to 4 a day. Come on, guys, that is massive. That is awesome. That is exactly what we've been waiting for when it comes to Neutron.
Yeah, Jacob
Wow.
says the ending stream right after second stage separation. And guys, for any of you that don't know, it is a confidential customer, and that's why. So people like us don't see the payload. I'm on OS 132 in Athens, Greece. That's even later than me.
Athens. I need to come visit. I need to come visit Athens. My son is in Germany. I'll be over there very soon, bro. We should have a beer.
I'm going to Milan next week, and I should be going to Athens.
You
October
suck.
time.
I'll come I'll come and take care of the farm while you're in Milan. How does that work out?
Do you know what? I'm going to see an F1 race.
Oh my God! Are you? That's what you're doing? That's why you're going to Milan?
Yeah, so we're going to Monza, so it's about 15 minutes from Milan.
All right, who's your boy? Who's your boy in F1? Tell me now.
Has to be Verstappen.
Really, Verstappen? Okay, I respect that. I respect that. I like an underdog. You know me. I love the underdogs. Verstappen is unreal, though.
The McLarens this year are wild, though.
LDGC on mission.
GCLE.
Turning back now to today's launch, and you can see with the countdown clock on your screen there, we are getting ever closer to entering the final stretch before today's mission, Live, Laugh, Launch. The extremely cold liquid oxygen propellant that Electron uses makes any moisture on the rocket freeze, and so the white on Electron tells us that the LOX is being loaded and we are nearly ready to take flight.
That's right, baby. That's right.
Electron will take over the controls as its flight computer autonomously completes a series of critical checks before liftoff. One callout we can expect from mission control is that LOX is in circulation, which means Electron's tanks are fully topped off and the propellant is being circulated.
That's right. We'll also hear a call out confirming that both stages of the rocket are fully pressurized for flight.
I actually don't
Before
mind
last
Norris,
but not least, our launch director will begin the 10-second countdown to liftoff. And that time is almost here, so let's bring up the audio channels at Mission Control and listen carefully for those call outs. We'll be back with you shortly after liftoff.
Oh, we are Kermit. We are totally Kermit. We are going green, guys. Let's do this. This is awesome.
Weather looks good.
It looks perfect. We're going white. We are going white. We are white. That is beautiful. Beautiful. I can't wait for this launch. I cannot wait.
Guys, if you're new here,
From now there should be no red flags on your critical LCCs. Beacon LD in mission court.
LD Beacon.
Beacon lock the auto sequence and confirm.
Auto sequence is locked.
And confirm all flight computer askers are green.
Confirmed.
Copy, thank you, Beacon. We'll go for auto sequence start at T-2 minutes. LD is go for launch.
2 minutes. 2 minutes, guys. Let's do this. Let's launch this baby.
I'm on OS. Wait for you in Athens in October, Liam. My guy, we need to link up. Definitely. Few beers. Be all good. Scott and Vest, is the Discord still live? You know what? I haven't been that active on the Discord lately. Yes, it is still live. I will start reactivating it and making it A lot cleaner. Michael Anthony, is Rocket Lab firing off another one today? Yes, they are, my guy. 2 minutes away. Jacob, the engine is so
The
clean.
vehicle is fully on the entire bar.
Jacob, 100, bro. We've been waiting. Jacob, we've been waiting for this for months now, dude. This is big news. Big news. You know what I'm talking about, bro. This is big news. What have I said from day one? Only thing holding back Neutron from launching will be the engine. Everything else should be butter. They've done it before.
Box load is complete. System is in recirculation.
Man, the anticipation is freaking killing me right now.
Guys, for any of you that are new to Rocket Lab, the bit that really scares me every single time is staging. I always get a little bit worried on that just because we did have an anomaly
Anti-gas rain is disabled.
back. What at this stage? Is it ooh, it's a year, is
Stage
it?
1 and 2 tanks are pressed for flight.
Oh, we're golden, bro. We are Kermit. We are ready to go green. This is awesome. Who's psyched, man? Who is prepped? Who is psyched out for this? This is gonna be fun. That's why we do it. This is why we do it. Right here.
T-minus 20 seconds and counting.
Love it, Jacob. Bro, I love you, man. I can't wait till you get out to the East Coast. We're gonna have a lot of fun.
8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Liftoff.
Yeah, baby!
I always think Electron looks like a missile.
That baby is screeching across the sky. Love it. Love it. Look at that view. That is a beautiful, beautiful camera view.
GY Kiwi, tell us, can you see it from your house?
There goes Electron, a beautiful liftoff there for Live, Laugh, Launch, now on its way to orbit. Electron is quickly picking up its speed and altitude and approaching a crucial moment in launch that we call max Q, or maximum aerodynamic pressure. This is when the atmospheric forces on the vehicle are at their peak.
That's right, and we're standing by now for the call from Mission Control that we have successfully navigated this phase.
Beautiful, beautiful launch. Loving it. That is awesome. Awesome. Look at that view, man. That is unreal.
Max Q.
AGB discharge nominal.
And that's confirmation from Mission Control that Electron has successfully passed through max Q. All data is looking nominal so far, and the rocket speed and altitude are right on target. Next up will be first stage separation and MECO, or main engine cutoff.
Electron's first stage is powered by 9
It
Rutherford
was
engines
daytime
that,
today, you
as
can
Sam
probably
mentioned,
see
will
it
soon power
itching.
down in preparation for MECO. Once that's complete, the first and second stages of Electron will separate, allowing Electron to drop the first stage that it no longer needs. Next, the single vacuum-optimized Rutherford engine on the second stage will ignite so that it can propel the second stage and the payload to its orbital destination. These actions are coming up in just a few moments, so let's check them out.
Big shout out, that's my missus.
15 seconds to staging.
We have a big announcement after the launch, guys. So stay tuned.
MECO confirmed.
That's MECO. That's MECO. Yes.
Stage 2 ignition confirmed. Stage 2 ignition confirmed.
That was clean, my guy.
That is a beautiful shot.
Second stage Rutherford powering the mission now at more than 8,000 kilometers per hour and 93 kilometers in altitude. Now that we've dropped the dead weight of the first stage, next to separate will be Electron's fairing halves from the top of the second stage. That will expose the payload attached to the kick stage to space for the very first time. Always a really exciting moment in the mission. Let's listen in now to mission control and keep an eye out for those two fairing halves to fall away.
Fairing jettison confirmed.
There's one.
And there they go.
Guidance
The
is nominal.
fairings have been jettisoned away right on schedule at T+3
Nice.
minutes into flight.
Does that battery look different? The capsule.
Slightly different angle, I believe. Those cameras are amazing, man. That is awesome.
They're high quality now, aren't they?
So cool. So cool. We're going to space, guys. We're going to friggin' space. This is amazing.
We're cruising now over 9,000 kilometers per hour at an altitude of 142 kilometers. We've got about 5 minutes left on the second stage's engine burn time. Now, next up will be key milestones for Electron called battery hot swap, which we'll see shortly.
I could watch this every day. This is awesome. I love it.
Stage 2 propulsion holding nominal.
The engine nozzle on your screen there belongs to Electron's Stage 2 Rutherford engine, an engine that is very unique. The pumps that feed propellant into the combustion chamber are powered by electric motors and high-voltage batteries. This cuts down on much of the complex machinery required for gas-powered engines, meaning that the Rutherford is simpler to build than a traditional engine, but it is also fiercely efficient with a 90% efficiency.
That's right. And since the second stage's journey lasts for longer than the batteries it started with, Electron has to swap to a fresh set along the way. This has the added benefit, of course, of reducing mass and increasing performance for the rest of the flight when those old battery packs fall away. Now, coming up in just a few moments will be that milestone, which we call the hot swap. If you look closely, you should be able to see that the first pack of batteries jettison away from the second stage. Let's listen in to mission control now.
Guidance is nominal. 200 seconds remaining.
We're good. We're nominal. That's awesome. Guys, we are seeing the successful 70th launch of the Electron. Many more to come, but how much fun is this?
Approaching hot swap in roughly 30 seconds.
Quicker to 70 than Falcon 9.
That's right. Faster.
Battery jettison confirmed.
There we go. Man, awesome, 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 awesome.
Excellent call out there, and thank you to those batteries for their service onward and upward for Live, Laugh, Launch. Electron's Rutherford engine is powering on bright and beautiful, with the vehicle's velocity now at more than 16,600 kilometers per hour and getting closer to its required altitude now at more than 198 kilometers above Earth. Next up, we have our second engine cutoff, or SECO, where the second stage engine will power down to prepare for kick stage separation.
HUB discharge holding nominal.
Now, typically, an Electron journey from the launch pad to the mission's target altitude takes less than 10 minutes total. Right now, we are about 7 minutes into Electron's 70th flight, so we have only a few more minutes to go until this phase of the mission is complete. So far, everything is proceeding nominally, and our current speed is right on target at about 21,000 kilometers per hour.
The nozzle on the Stage 2 Rutherford is glowing strong, and we are about 195 kilometers in altitude and dropping towards our perigee, and the views from space aren't bad either.
Hey, the girls are very excited. That's a good positive sign.
A little bit off, is it?
No, man, that is beautiful. You can hear it in their voice. They're so excited. They're so excited. We're
Detect mode.
golden.
The second stage will soon be towards the end of its journey, where it will throttle down and shut off in time to allow for the kick stage and its payload to separate.
That's right. And after second engine cutoff, or SECO, the kick stage with its payload will enter a coasting phase as it orbits Earth, preparing to deploy today's payload. Let's listen in now to Mission Control to hear when we cleared SECO and separate the kick stage from Stage 2.
SECO confirmed.
That's it. We're golden. We are golden. That is beautiful.
Stage separation confirmed.
Nominal
we're
transfer
ending
orbit
there, I
achieved.
think.
And there it is, SECO confirmed, and the kick stage has separated with today's payload, placing it in an elliptical parking orbit. It will now coast around Earth for about 40 minutes or so before the Curie engine ignites to circularize the kick stage's orbit and deploy today's payload.
And at the request of the customer, we'll be ending the broadcast now, but stay glued to our social media accounts for confirmation of payload deployment. It'll be coming up in the next 40. Thank you so much for tuning in to celebrate Electron's 70th launch.
We lived, we laughed, and we launched indeed. Thank you again for joining us. And until next time, this is Rocket Lab Mission Control signing off.
We loved, we laughed. I love that, man. My family's motto is love, give, pray, and live. You love life, you give back, you pray for everyone, and you give as much as possible. I love today's mission. That was beautiful. Total success. 70th mission. We can all celebrate now. Take a sigh of relief. We're golden. That thing is up there. And let's look forward to the next one, guys. That's what we do here. What's the next one? Is it going to be Haste? Another Electron? You know, what do you guys think? And how do you guys feel about this launch? That was amazing. Great views, great cameras. Love it. Love it. Thanks everyone for joining in. This has been a lot of fun.
Conservative says another launch in 40 minutes. My guy, if they had a 40-minute turnaround, imagine. GY Kiwi, that's North South Island, sun in my eyes. My guy. Pulse Lucid, that was awesome. Do you know what? We're just edging closer and closer to that 100th launch. As Chris said, it won't be long before it's a launch a day. Like, we were dissecting a interview the last day with Francisco, and they're aiming for 18 to 52 Electron launches out of Wallops Island alone. And then on top of that, Wallops, it's NASA's spaceport, has agreed 200 hypersonics by 2032. Now, not all of them will be going to Rocket Lab, but that would be on top of that 18 to 52 that year. Chris, how do you feel about the 70th mission?
I'm really hyped about the fact that so every mission we get a little bit of insight on what Rocket Lab is doing next. And if you guys have been following us, my biggest concern with Neutron was the Archimedes engine. Now, we just got a great update. They are on schedule, or at least right where they should be. that was, I can't stress this enough. I really can't stress this enough. The Archimedes engine is going to be the biggest thing as far as a hurdle, as far as Neutron launch. Everything else, not that, rockets are easy and launches are easy, but the Neutron engine, I'm sorry, the Archimedes engine is going to be a big hurdle. My biggest concern. That news we got today was perfect. That leads me to believe that we are going to see a Neutron launch this year. Yes, I'm going to say it now. If we're online with Archimedes, we are golden to go for launch with Neutron before the end of this year.
Then, guys, if you enjoyed this rocket launch, Starship is launching tomorrow. Do you know what, Chris? Do you want to cover Starship's launch tomorrow? It could be like a Rocket Lab fan club special. We need to see what SpaceX are doing. Look, we're not only Rocket Lab investors, we are space fans. I like to see everyone do well, and I'm obsessed with rocket launches. My missus jumped into the chat there earlier. She needs to put up with me every day talking about space, talking about investing. So great.
Is that your missus? That was your missus? Yeah. You're shooting outside of your league, bro. How'd you do that? You're shooting way above the belt. Has she seen your face? No, I'm kidding, bloke. I love you. She has landed a jewel. Thank you so much for allowing Liam to waste his time here for me. I really appreciate it. You're amazing. I can't wait to meet you. I do hope to meet you soon. But yeah, let's do it tomorrow, man. I'm the same thing. I love the launches. It doesn't have to be Rocket Lab. It can be SpaceX. It could be ASTS. It could be Astra. I don't care who it is. I love a launch. I love seeing space, succeed. I'm a big space nerd, as you guys know. That was a lot of fun. Guys. Thanks so much for tuning in. If you're new to a Rocket Lab or a new space investor, definitely check out the Archimedes engine and look more into why I was thinking that's going to be the big thing to be able to overcome when it comes to launching this big Neutron rocket. That was a big thing for me. Might not seem big today, but moving forward, that's a big milestone. That was a great video. Love the insight. Love the info. Today's launch was a lot of fun. Very amazing. Can't wait for the next one. And yeah, tomorrow, let's cover the SpaceX launch. Who knows? They might blow up on the pad. They might. Who knows what Elon's doing, man? They don't know. We have no idea. They do crazy stuff, man. So no promises, but as far as like success, but we can at least watch it, live stream it, and have some fun with it. It's just space. It's all space. That's what we do here.
And then Paul Lucid says, so the Neutron is the larger rocket that is going to be reusable and compete with Falcon 9. Yeah, you're completely right there. So it's going to be a medium lift launch vehicle. Now, the first launch is going to be expendable. They are going to attempt a splashdown where they more or less fire the engines as if they are going to land, but they're going to land in the water as far as I'm aware, which is quite smart. I wouldn't want them blowing up their barge.
Well, how do we?
Went wrong.
Just as a question, I mean, I know the answer, but for the new guys in here, the new investors, how will Neutron compete with the likes of a Falcon 9?
Yeah, do answer that question, guys.
No, I'm asking you, Liam.
Oh yeah,
yeah. I mean, if we're investing and we're looking forward to the Neutron launch, which I got some a little bit of a update on the Neutron party. I'm gonna say it live here in a few minutes, but when we compare a Falcon 9 and Elon, it's obviously very successful with that. I mean, they're launching humans to the ISS. That's a big, so how do you compare a medium lift Neutron rocket compared to Falcon 9? Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I have a few ways to analyze this. So number one, what is it to launch on a Falcon 9? It's around 65, 70 million or so, I believe. Neutron's coming in at 50 to 55 million. Now, I would expect the likes of SpaceX to slash their prices once a Neutron came on board. Now, then we have to look at it. We now have acquired the likes of Geost. We have Mynaric. We have Solero. We're going to get customers more or less buy a package where we'll build a satellite for them, run their satellite for them, launch their satellite for them. I believe it'll be an all-in-one package, something that you don't really get from SpaceX. Also, the backlog with Falcon 9 at the moment. What are you waiting? Is it like a 2-year wait list to get onto a Falcon 9 at the moment? So the demand is there. Then Falcon 9, they're on about decommissioning it once Starship is fully up and running and operational. So I don't worry too much about Falcon 9. I just like to enjoy space in general. I wouldn't worry too much about SpaceX. There's enough cake for all of us to eat. And at the moment, I feel like Peter Beck is sitting at the table eating quite nicely. How do you feel, Chris? Have you gone on?
Yep. No. Totally. I'm sorry, I was muted for a second, but yeah, totally agree. I think we're going to be very competitive. We've seen recently the the whole political BS between Musk and Trump, and we've seen that politics can play a game, or have some heavy influence on space itself. Right now, Elon's the only person that's putting people back into the ISS and bringing them back home safely. This is long term, very long term, but Neutron was designed originally for the long term possibility of manned missions. It's not their main purpose, not what their main goal is, but the rocket can sustain with a little help from the outside. As far as like a Crew Dragon or something like that, we've talked about that in the past. Check out some of our last or later videos, but it is designed to carry manned missions. And Elon's main goal isn't to sustain NASA and fulfill contracts with the U.S. government. Elon's main goal is to go to Mars. So he's doing this to get funding and make money. And yeah, he might play in the game or whatever, but if you look at recent contracts, whether you look at an SDA or DARPA, Beck is heavily involved with U.S. government and space defense, and moving forward above just defense, but just the overall, I guess you could say, long-term thesis of what NASA is going to do with whether it's ISS or Capstone and missions of that nature. We know that they're trying to do something more with Mars and going beyond. So there's a lot of room. Space is big. I mean, again, look at the ASTS. I was looking at ASTS negatively, going, oh, it's just a satellite company. That was ignorant. I was ignorant to think that way. It's a lot bigger than that. Space is massive. And I remember, I'm old, guys. I'm old. I'm 49. I remember the internet craze and everything came in, and people were going, no one's going to buy Christmas gifts and start shopping online and look at using the internet to buy whatever. Well, now it's an everyday thing. We're very, very early when it comes to space. I might not see it in my lifetime as far as how big it's actually going to be. We're at the beginning stages, and we're looking at a company like a Rocket Lab that is setting a foundation for the future. So you look back at like a Dell or a Microsoft or an Apple when they first started getting going, and everyone just said, well, for the most part, like, oh, that's far-fetched. Is it really? We just watched the launch. We just watched the launch live. They just went into space with a pencil-sized rocket, and they're making profit off it. Now, imagine what Rocket Lab can do with the Neutron, their payload, and what's going to come forward in the future with space. I'm so excited, especially with the news coming out with the Archimedes engine. Man, as soon as we get off here, I guarantee you, me and Liam, we're going to plan probably 2 or 3 more videos just on Archimedes, because we've been waiting for this for a long time. Jacob, if you're still in there, you know what I'm talking about. It's huge. It's very massive. If you're an investor, not stock advice, but that's the thing that I was looking for. I've been waiting on this for months and months and months. I'm so hyped about this. That is so big, so massive. I do see a launch. I do see success for Neutron before the end of this year.
Then, Stepchild, big shout out to you, my guy. You seem to be here at an awful lot of our streams, so big shout out. You're a big supporter of what we do, and I want to thank you for that. Randall, Neutron has a lower cost than Falcon 9, yet currently, like, the projected price for Neutron is what, 55 million or so. I would expect Falcon 9 to cut their prices as soon as they get competition like Neutron on the board. So look, I take it with a pinch of salt. I do want people to think, though, we are investors. I don't want to get, look, don't call me a bear, but I don't want us to get carried away and think we don't have to worry about Falcon 9 at all. But I know Peter Beck has thought about it long and hard. He's not going in blind. He'll lead us through the straight and narrow. I feel if they come this far with the small payloads, this company just got started, is my gut feeling. SpaceX needs some proper competition. Yeah, do you know what? Paul Slew said it's not only about launch. Launch is the most exciting part to watch, but space systems is growing exponentially. And once we get
check out the space system side. I mean, obviously we get very excited about launch today. I'm a big space nerd. I love the launch stuff, as you can tell already.
Like the launches,
but the space system side is 2/3, if not more, of their actual business. The launch is just a bonus that gets all the space geeks excited. But look at what
I
Rocket
wouldn't
Lab.
invest in a company that was only launching.
No,
not
at all. Way too risky. Luckily, Rocket Lab's great at launching. Obviously, faster than SpaceX as far as the 70. We know that. You can't argue. I hate the numbers, but those numbers are the facts. But yeah, it's not about the launches. The launches are the cherry on top to everything else that Rocket Lab is doing. So if you're new to Rocket Lab, check out the space systems, whether it's Solera, the Geos, the upcoming Binaric. There's a lot of other small things that they've done, a lot of other small companies that are easily overlooked when it comes to the overall long-term plan for what Rocket Lab wants to do. And man, I'm so excited. I'm so excited. That whole video, not just the launch, but again the Archimedes stuff. I'm psyched. This is awesome. I'm trying not to be too excited. I'm not hiding it very well at all. But if you guys have followed our stream in the past, I've mentioned this before, and I'm going to continue to mention this. The Archimedes engine is going to be the key to Neutron. And as we've seen today, they are on top of it. And once, as long as we're good with the engine, the rest of it's going to fall right in line. Again, watch the past videos. If you don't follow Yanni Mac or Francisco Space, follow them and ask them the same question. What was Chris thinking about? What was he worried about? 5-6 months ago. It's always been the engine. That update was everything I wanted to hear. I know we were probably looking for, if you're a long-term investor and you know Rocket Lab, we wanted a bit more. But me personally, I couldn't have asked for anything better. That was amazing.
Randall has come in and said, I understood that the average payload is 5 tons, if I'm not mistaken. I believe the average lift weight of a Neutron is 13 to 15 tons to low Earth orbit it does drop as we go further and further out. I do know to the moon, it's 2.5 tons. I looked into that. It was a translunar orbit, and that was because of the helium-3. Guys, if you haven't checked out the helium-3, we did do a deep dive into it. We will be bringing Scott O on to speak about the helium-3 project as well. And
yeah, he's breaking down the numbers of all things. You guys know we hate the numbers. We hate the numbers here. We don't do the numbers, but that's what we have on. Look, we're not the experts here, guys. We're not. We bring on the experts. We made friends with some amazing people who can bring those numbers to you, give you all that kind of insight. We're here for the hype. We're here for the fun, the live, love, life. You know, that's what we're about. This mission was perfect. It explains our entire thesis.
Chris, I can see you walking around. It's like
can you see me? Oh, I'm getting ready to start a big bonfire, and we're gonna. I'm actually. Hey, how you doing? Yeah, we're gonna do some burgers over the bonfire. My daughter's out here swinging. I got to celebrate now, man. Screw it, you know. Yeah, I'm live. I'm sorry. I should be like sitting down and being professional.
No,
but
I love it.
I'm not professional, man. You guys know better. I'm not supposed to be professional. I'm Chris. Yeah, gonna get a bonfire started. Tide is in, and so we're gonna do some burgers on the grill, actually over open flame on the bonfire. And hi, hi, can you see me? Yeah.
We can see you.
And then we're going paddleboarding, me and my daughter, and gonna just enjoy the evening. Thanks everyone, man, for joining in. This has been a blast. I can't wait for the next, man. The next one's gonna be even better. We have so much fun here because we don't worry about the numbers. We don't worry about the stock price every day. This is Rocket Lab. This is a Rocket Lab fan club. It's not just about Rocket Lab either. It could be ASTS. It could be Redwire. As you can tell, I'm very excited about the future of space. And we want you guys to be excited about the future of space. You don't even have to be an investor. You can just be like my brother, a big space nerd, and just enjoy what's going to happen because it's going to benefit us all as humanity. Without space, your communications on your phone doesn't happen. Everything from AI, everything in between, it benefits us all. So whether you're an investor or you just enjoy just watching cool live rocket launches, that's what we're here for. If you want the numbers, go on X, follow someone else. You know, no offense, but that stuff just bores the crap out of me. I'm having fun, as you guys can see. Here I am again. Gotta find some more firewood. But yeah, man. Thanks everyone for joining in. It's been a lot of fun, and let's do it again very soon. Looking forward to launch 71.
Olga's here, guys. That was an awesome launch. Olga, what is your price prediction for the end of the week? Are we going to get back? Are we going to recover? Do let us know.
Hey, Olga. Oh, we've missed you. We've missed you, Olga. We miss you. We love you, Olga. No stream is complete without Olga. No stream is complete without Olga. So I said earlier that we have a bit of an announcement. And if you guys have followed us for a while, you know that we're playing a party at Wallops for Neutron. We're not going to do it for the launch. We're just going to do it for investors. We are changing a few things up because, believe it or not, I've had several hundred people, and I mean several hundred people, that want to get in on this party. And I've contacted all kinds of different hotels. Wallops is very small, not a lot of big infrastructure. So I've got to be fair. And the only way I can be fair about who's going to be invited and who's going to be allowed to come out, nothing's stopping anyone from coming. But as far as a party, I have to limit it. I have to limit it to about 45 to 47 people. So we're going to have a new thing we're going to do here on the channel very soon. It's going to be a members-only thing. And I know you guys probably hate the idea of a members-only thing. But we got to be fair. We really do. So Just keep that in the back of your mind. We'll get more into detail. You know, we're gonna celebrate tonight, celebrate the launch. Not get too much into detail, about that tonight. But it's not. I'm not trying to be exclusive and count people out or nothing like that. But I've got to limit this to a certain amount of people because it's been crazy. Every morning I wake up and there's 50, 60 different messages from people that want to be involved. I love that, and I'm sure that Rocket Lab loves that as too. I don't make a dime off of it myself, but I love the interaction. I love the friendship and the people I'm meeting. But I do have to limit it. I do have to limit it. So yeah, a few more announcements coming out, but yeah, we're gonna start a memberships only part of this channel, and I'm sure some of you don't like that. I'm not a big fan of it, but we got to do something to make sure that I'm not inviting 500 people and then 450 of you guys have nowhere to stay. That's what it's all about. Won't be the last. As you guys know, I live out here in Virginia. We're going to do it often, but for the first one, it will be a bit limited. I do apologize, but I have no control over that. I really don't. But again, Olga, we've missed you. Thank you so much for tuning in. We love you. You're the best. If we ever get Olga live again, it's like getting an Archimedes.
I feel left out. I was away when Olga came live with you guys. Olga, do come live with us again. Would love to have you in the stream. Olga has a price prediction of 47.47 by the end of the week.
I love it.
Oh, my prediction is when we hit 47.47, we'll be unstoppable. It will skyrocket $100 end of year. Do you know what? We're all cuddling for this $100 end of year. I think it could happen. I'm on OS. Hope that Archer will do some vertical takeoff also soon. Do you know
if you guys don't follow Olga, I don't know if you guys ever been in like the Boy Scouts or Cub Scouts and you have like a den leader. Olga rules all. So if Olga says something, we're gonna follow Olga. And if you guys don't like it, too bad.
I'm on OS buying call options because of Olga.
Hey, you know what? Never financial advice here, but Olga's she is like our what do you want to call it? A good luck charm. She's great at what she does. She doesn't say a lot. But when she does, that girl knows her stuff. And worst case, she's sitting by the pool, sipping a martini, enjoying the launch, and listening to us rant and rave. But we love you, Olga. Thank you so much.
Guys, this has been unbelievable. Please help us get to that 5,000 subscriber goal. Do you know what, Chris? We're 10 away. People are playing with me. We go up towards 3,000 and then we come back down and we go back up and we come back down. Me and Ray said this before. People start messing around when you get that 9-9 part at the end. People love to mess people around, but it is what it is. Do smash that like button. Does share us out to 10 more people. More of you out there, the more we can learn. More streams, more content, more everything.
Hey, that 3,000 person, whoever that person is that gets us to that 3,000 subs, you automatically get an invite and you're in for the Neutron party.
Put it this way, the stream that we hit the 3,000, I'll do our biggest giveaway yet. And I promise you that, guys. But my name's Ian. I am one of the Hustle Brothers here. Here's my good friend Christopher Bell. It's been great, Chris. We've had another. It's the 70th launch. We're doing something a little bit different tomorrow. We're going to watch Starship's launch. We're still here. We're still going to have fun. We're still going to talk everything Rocket Lab. But there is going to be a lot of talk around SpaceX. It's going to be more of a stream. Look, it's a Sunday. We're all chilled out. People have less worries about finances and stuff on the Sunday. They're thinking about work on the Monday. Let's just sit back, enjoy ourselves, watch Starship launch. It's going to be fun. Do you expect it to be successful? Probably not. Probably will be an explosion. But you know what? It is what it is. Come here, meet me and Chris there. Look, we can see Chris about to wave goodbye.
Yeah, it's barbecue time, guys. We're starting a bonfire. Me and my daughter are gonna cook out on the river. Thanks for joining in. It's been a lot of fun. As you can see, we're laid back here. Anyone wants to come out? Come, please join us out here on the water. You're more than welcome. But until next time, we'll see you on the next launch.